Our verse for today is, interestingly, at least to me, if not to anybody else, a verse that I shared in my sermon yesterday, and that is Galatians 3:28. And this, I think, is one of the most important statements that Paul makes in all of his letters. There is no longer Jew or Greek. There is no longer slave or free. There is no longer male and female, for all of you are one in Christ Jesus. Why is this such a significant statement? Well, as I alluded to yesterday, Paul is mentioning several of the important borders or distinctions that people use to separate people one from another. Distinctions of power and economic status, socioeconomic status, ethnicity, gender, all these things that are places where there can be division and fear and even violence between different groups of people. And Paul says, all those things that people use to identify themselves, that they're even proud of, these things don't matter nearly as much as are you in Christ. Because in Christ, none of these distinctions matters. And the early church was composed of all these different types and groups of people that Paul was referring to. And what difference would it make in the bitter and partisan days in which we are living if people stopped harping on their group, their distinction, what makes them unique and what separates them from someone else, and if instead we could focus on our common humanity? We all bleed red. Jesus shed his blood for the whole world that we might be one in him. And as Christians, regardless of what our political beliefs may be, or what party we affiliate with, or what our socioeconomic status is, or what our ethnicity is, Jesus would say, none of that matters compared to being in me and being a part of my family and living the way a member of my family is supposed to live. So remember, as a disciple of Christ, don't look so much for what differentiates you from someone else, but look for what we have shared and in common, especially our united faith in Jesus Christ.